Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is the first Saturday of the new year of 2020. And while I don't have any resolutions, I am very excited about what a new year and a new chapter has the opportunity to bring. So I'm starting off very smartly. I have on my glasses, mostly because these days I need them more than I don't when I'm doing a lot of things, especially when I have to read from my notes and things. So I'm going to get into it because I try not to waste a ton of time. I want to bring you guys valuable content that's going to keep you motivated, encouraged, and supporting yourselves, your good mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health and wellness, especially if part of that means you're taking care of an ASD child. So I want to share something with you that I realized this morning, right? And that is related to smiling and being happy. I used to fake it until I made it because I truly wanted to be happy, but I wasn't there yet. And I had so much growth that needed to take place in my life. And I was doing a lot of that work, but it was taking a lot longer than I expected for me to make progress that I could really see was having an effect in my life. So all of that was pre-COVID, and I was making a lot of changes to my work life as well because my children needed me, and I was trying to balance being available for them as a mom at this point who was now a single mom. And it was hard, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. It was hard trying to balance who I needed to be to both a son and a daughter, and trying to figure out how to get that right, because as you all know, this don't really come with no handbook. It come with a handbook, but every child is very different and unique, and you have to take them into consideration. And more importantly than that, you are an individual and unique person as well, so you need to give yourself some credit for that based on your experiences and how you see things. That is your lens and your perception. So with every single change that I made, it seems like things were just getting harder, even though I was trying to maintain being in a happy place as a mom. And for a while, I kept smiling in the face of all of it and still looking for ways to continue to practice mindfulness and gratefulness, because we all know it's hard to see what is good in front of us when we're going through a whole lot of BS, whether we caused it ourselves or whether life created it, because you just have to take accountability for the poor choices that sometimes you make, and you're making them with the best of intentions, and you're making them based on the circumstances that you're currently in and the options that are available to you. And sometimes that's not really always as easy as people make it sound. Okay, so here's a thought that came to mind, because last night I had a dream about the past, or should I say, it included someone from my past. And it was not a pretty or a happy dream. But when I woke up, I reminded myself it was just a dream, and those feelings that I had were not real. And then it made me smile because it reminded me of all the work that I had done and growth that I had made on healing myself. And I found myself smiling so big and so hard as I was laying in the bed this morning. And then that moved on to a cascade of other things that it made me think about that continue to make me smile and be happy. Because the last thing I needed was to have my day start out on a bad note because I had a bad dream, right? It's just my mind cycling through things for whatever reason. I have this whole theory on, why I think we dream what we dream, but that's for another time in another video. I'm not going to get into that at all this evening. It was also funny because I had just had a conversation with a friend yesterday about being genuinely happy for the first time in my life, which has been the case for a while now, again, pre-COVID. So I'm no longer having to fake it till I make it, like I was doing all of those years, in order to move myself to a place where I truly and genuinely was happy and operating out of a good place and still trying to make the best decisions that I could possibly make, given all of the responsibilities and the tasks that I had on my plate. So no longer having to fake it till I make it. I smile a lot, for instance, in the car. Sometimes I think about something that just makes me feel good, and I find a smile across my face, not because anybody's in front of me or anybody is next to me, just because I'm choosing. And that actually changes my whole mood when I think about things from that particular perspective. And thinking about that and what I'm able to do for my children has really come to me to be a blessing, because it has allowed me to make a number of changes that were very, very difficult changes for me to make, especially when it comes to work. And right now I have the blessing of being able to work from home and being able to be available more to my children, particularly my son, who has an ASD disorder, being available to each of them to help them with whatever needs come up for them. And to be happy about that, and just to smile, even though my life is far from perfect and there are so many things that I'm still working on and so many ways that I'm still trying to grow. And so the crux of this whole thing is very much this: when you think about it, the better mood that you can be in, the better it is, not just for you, but it is for you to handle and deal with and manage all the things that you have to manage with your children, particularly if you have a child on the spectrum. If you're in a good mood, they're going to be in a good mood. The most beautiful blessing that has come out of this growth is seeing the relationship between myself and my children, particularly my son, who needs me more than my daughter, seeing how the relationship between my son and myself has grown. That has been an absolute blessing for me, because before I was operating from a place where I felt like I had to be a strong, tough mom to give him something that I felt he was missing. And the reality is that I'm not a man. I was never trying to be a man. I was never trying to be his father. I was always trying to be his mother. But the one who had primary influence in his life, I wanted to make sure that I was attempting to make him the best man that he could possibly be. And so I was trying to do things that would make him tough, right? And that would help him be solid and be a man and find ways to be masculine, and then give him tools from other people, from other books, and all kinds of things that really didn't serve. I needed to stay within my role as a woman, as a feminine person, and help him understand what it is like to interact with women, and then give him other tools and resources outside of me, which means I didn't have to be as harsh and difficult as I thought I needed to be to make him a tough Black boy, a tough Black teenager, and a tough Black young man to deal with all of the things that this world is going to put in front of him, because I wanted him to be strong. I still want him to be strong in the face of any obstacles that comes his way, but I had to figure out another way to do that, because it was really something that was not making our relationship grow in the way that it needed to be able to grow. So I had a lot to learn. I still have a lot to learn. I want to encourage you all to continue on your growth journey as well, to find the best way possible to make sure you keep a smile on your face, and that you're happy, and that you're in a happy place. Because as I always say, and as hashtags on both my IG page and feeds and posts that I make, my most prominent hashtag that I try to point out is happiness is a choice. And I am choosing. I want you all to continue to choose, because when you're happy, then that has a ripple effect to things around you, which includes your children, the people that you work with. And again, not that things are perfect, but I'm not going to be the one that's going to contribute to negativity. Because if I have to do that, then I'm getting ready to exit stage left. Okay? That's what I'm getting ready to do, because I don't have time to hold on to that any longer in the way that I used to. And I hope you all get to a place, if you are doing it, that you're not holding on to it yourself either, because everybody deserves to be happy no matter what you go through and no matter what life throws your way. Okay? So remember that. Keep that in mind. Continue to rock with your girl. I appreciate all of you right now who are subscribing. Tell your friends, tell your family members, tell whomever, anybody who just needs encouragement, because we all do, considering where we are, and we want to make this year of 2021 better than the last, because it was some stuff back there that we want to leave behind. We can't forget it, but we have to remember it in a meaningful way and move forward from a positive place, from a happy place, and smile more than we frown, because that does something to you on the inside. And you need that every day when you get up and get out your bed and go out there in that world if you have to, especially for those of you who are essential workers. And if nobody else appreciates you, Coco appreciates you. So again, thanks for rocking with your girl. And stay tuned, because a story time is coming up in your feed in addition to this. Appreciate y'all. Bye.